Benny, and I'm the vocalist for Avoid the Void.
And I'm Luke, and I play guitar.
How has music impacted your lives?
Personally for me, music has been really the only thing I'm kind of good at. I used to play sports a lot as a kid, but I just wasn't good, and I just never really felt comfortable doing anything but music. So that's kind of how it is for me.
For me, it's impacted my life. It's given me a lot more confidence in myself because it gives me something that I really care about, something I can really work towards rather than kind of just, not have a direction.
Who are your influences in music, local and well-known?
Well, my main influences, I think, starting up were just bands like Slipknot and Linkin Park and, that kind of stuff. But recently it's been a lot of Periphery and North Lane, Volumes, and some more technical stuff.
What about the local
scene? There's bands like Confines who are out there. They're killing it right now. I'm really excited for their new stuff. Showtime, they're another one. They've been around since I started in the scene.
And then for me, when I was really young, when I was in 3rd grade, I got really into Green Day. And that got me really into live music, live performing and crazy performances, and that led me to bands like Fall Out Boy, Billy Talent, Finger 11, Papa Roach, and then when I got into middle school, I got really into Pierce the Veil, and I still love the shit out of that band. I don't care what anyone says, that band is awesome. And so I got into bands like Pierce the Veil and Sleeping with Sirens, Miss May I, Of Mice and Men, the generic bands that start you.
Yes.
And then that led me into more bands now, he said Periphery. I'm really into North Lane, Volumes, overall Fit for a King.
Tesseract.
Oh, Tesseract. My all-time favorite. But definitely Fit for a King. Era has some really cool shit out.
You must have been at that show then, huh?
Oh yeah.
I didn't go.
And
it was so good.
And then locally for me, a big one is Monsters Scare You. I saw them in 2012 when I went to one of my first scene shows. I saw them opening for Falling in Reverse, and that got me really into Monsters Scare You. And then as I got more into the scene, I became really good friends with Truth Under Attack when they were still a band, We the Audience, and just the growing the bands that have been around for a while. Keeping Secrets, Prestige.
How's being in a band impacted your life?
Oh man, I don't know. There's a lot of different ways it can really impact somebody. I don't know. It's given me something to do. That's a really important one. It's so simple, but it's true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Now I actually have something to practice. I stopped playing sports starting in middle school. I still play a couple, but this kind of takes over for that, and gives me something to work for. And it's given me a lot of new friends. My closest friends are all the people that I've met through music or being in a band. Luke and I
go way back in a weird way. We had our parents were involved in some legal shit. So then, and then I remember what happened, and this is kind of relating into how music changed my life, is it just brought people together. Because I remember Luke hit me up in April of last year, hey, I think our parents know each other. And then we just started talking, we met at a few shows. And then when our old bass player left in August, we were playing their EP, the Stories of Waves EP release, and I was like, so, you want to join my band?
And they were down a bassist, and I was kind of just I'll buy a bass and join if you want. And so that happened, and I got you the guitar.
And then after we lost our guitarist, me and Hossie joined the guitar. But I remember it was just it was so weird because we played the Plot and You Upon This Dawning show together before he was in the band. And then, so how music's impacted my life is it's given me something to do. It's given me passion in something. I'm not very good at school. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a lot of anxiety problems, social anxiety. So I don't really talk to a lot of people except for on the scene. If it's around the scene, I met some of my best friends.
Feels natural.
These local bands are really cool, Jeffrey Jordan, the booker of Tonight's Show, and around here, really one of my good friends now. All the dudes in Stories Away, Showtime. I don't know the dudes in Confines that well, but he does. But just all these local bands, really, it's cool.
Yeah. What do you see as possible if more people supported the scene? And what do you think would happen if people supported the scene less?
Less support in, the local scene is where stuff starts. It's where bands get their start, and I think that if there's no support there, then you're not going to see very much new music coming out, bands are not going to have the drive to actually make things happen. And I think that the more support bands get at a lower level, well, not lower level, but you know, a local scene, the more they're going to want to actually work to make it big and do what they love for, you know, their life.
For sure. And then I think that changes onto, it's just recently, it's just kind of the scene, I mean, the scene's definitely not at its highest point right now. It's a lot of bands are dropping off and it's just kind of going nowhere. But I mean, you take it back to even like 2006 when Idols was just starting and I Declare War. And now I Declare War is bigger than shit. Not only do you even know they're from Seattle. And then even you go to like 2010 and when bands like Monsters Scare You and Into the Flood and To the Wind were all getting a ton of hype on them, and then they all got signed. Like those are the last 3 major bands to really get signed up. Seattle, To the Wind, Into the Flood, and Monsters Scare You. So that's a really big thing, and I think I know the scene's kind of down right now. There's not a lot of bands that I would consider like the greatest band like that I could like really.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of sucks because I miss it because there's not a lot of like. You don't know who's going to be on the show now when it gets released because it's really anyone's game because every local right now, there's no outstanding local. And you go back to even 2 years ago, a big Rise tour, you're like, oh, I know, I'm going to see, for sure, for local, I'm going to see We the Audience, or I'm going to see Monsters Scare You on that one. Like, and there's just no, it's just
no new variety.
There's no new variety. There's just these bands, and there's some new up-and-coming bands like Stolen Society.
They're killing it.
They're gonna be bigger than shit. Those guys are cool.
What do you like about Washington's music scene per se?
It's the shit.
Yeah, there's recently a lot of really good bands have been coming out, like Stolen Society. They're gonna be good. Just a lot of good bands all over the state, and it's kind of a.
Feel Like to You.
Yeah, Feel Like to You.
From the future.
Yeah, it's a really, really supportive scene overall. Like all the bands are friends with each other generally. They're supportive. They're always boosting each other in promotion, and it's really cool to see that happen with such a large amount of people. We got a really, really big scene too. So well, it's growing.
Definitely.
Yeah, it's growing, and even as I say, it's like down right now.
It's growing.
It's growing, and like in the battle last a few weeks ago when David from Sumerian was here, he was like. You go to bands like Albuquerque, New Mexico, and the shittiest local night's better than their best band. Like Seattle, even though it's maybe on the downslope right now, it has some of the best unsigned and up and coming bands, which is awesome, and it's great to be about. And that's how it's always been. With I Declare War, To the Wind, Monsters Scare You, all these, like it's cool. It's cool.
All right, what do you feel attracts people to local shows?
Well, at least in personal experience, like people will come out to support their friends whether they like the music or not, and that's a big part of it. There's also I don't know, a lot of things can draw people to local shows. I think it's the idea of, you know, there's no celebrities in the local scene. It's all just a bunch of guys doing the same thing.
Yeah.
All trying to make it, and it just feels like you can. I don't know, it feels more like a community rather than a bunch of people watching a bunch of celebrities on stage.
And that's definitely how I feel now in a band. But I remember before I was in a band, way before I was even in a band, I was going out to like Monsters Scare You's headliner. What was cool about it is they weren't celebrities, but they were like locally famous. They had a name to them. They were selling out these shows, and even though it wasn't like a big deal to talk about, it felt cool that you were a part of something so small but felt so big.
Yeah, I got it.
That was powerful.
All right, what do you see next for you guys as musicians, and what are some obstacles holding your band back that you think other bands can relate to?
Practicing.
Well, practicing is big right now, but I think something that's really been an obstacle is we're all at different points in our life. Like our bassist has a kid, and he's out of school. We got myself, Benny, and Nick all in high school, and then David works full time. So it's really just scheduling. It's really tough, and I know a lot of bands, especially locally, they need to hold day jobs, and they got family, and they got prior obligations, so the band can't be the first priority, even though it feels like it should be, and you want it to be. So that's really tough, and that's what breaks a lot of bands up. Like the last band I was in, we're not doing much anymore because
Stories away.
We didn't really have any time to get stuff done. We were also busy.
And I definitely can relate to that, but I think the glory of it, I mean, I'm 16. I'm young, and he's 18,
Yeah.
17. This is their last year of high school. I have one more year, and I mean, I think scheduling's a big thing, but since we're so young still, which is nice, we still have like a shot in a way.
Time.
I mean, we have a. I mean, again, I'm not trying to sound arrogant or anything. We have a huge drive to what we do. We have a lot of pride in what we do, and we're kind of to the point where we're like, we're not going to stop until we get what we want, and we want to make music our profession. We want to be. And I know, I mean, as a local band, it just sounds, it's honestly kind of far-fetched.
Every local band says they want to make it big.
Yeah, but I mean, I think if we keep working, we have a shot at it, as long as we do it right. Definitely it's just practicing is a really big thing for me, because we practice 3 or more times a week.
Oh wow, yeah.
We try to get our shit down as tight as possible, and I see a lot of bands that don't do that. And stage presence, like the music's first, obviously, if you can't play your part, but stage presence is a big thing, and that's what we work a lot on. There's days where we will just set up in a garage and just practice stage presence.
And pretty much stage presence alone.
Yeah,
but
I can tell.
Music is a really big part. Like stage presence is important, but only if you got the music there too. It doesn't have to be complex. It doesn't have to be anything too crazy. But if it sounds good and you got stage presence,
then that's appealing. Support local music.
We'll